Hey there, Bricksters and Lego friends. This was an episode I made back in 2008. It was a lost episode and I just found it. I cleaned up the audio and now it can be enjoyed by all.
We're at the Halifax Commons and I'm just waiting to be kissed. Oh, hang on a second. Here looks like a kiss. Waiting to be kissed. July 18th. The big Kiss concert is going to be right behind me, and my version of the Kiss concert is made, and we're going to see how I made some modifications to it in this episode coming up. Behind me I have my project that I've worked on since January of 2008. I had it ready for a show at Shearwater in April of 2008. Since then I've added more stuff to it and had it ready for the Maritime Museum of the Atlantic display in December of 2008 to February 2009. And now I'm going to show you how to add some more electronics to it that's not Lego. Everything's been Lego with it up to this point. Add some non-Lego electronics to it. I am going to use some time-lapse in this just to fit it in all under the time of the video. But I will explain stuff as I go when I have to.
Alright, so I have a Kiss concert and I'm going to add in a strobe light here. It's non-Lego, of course. It's like the Halloween stuff that you'd find at local Halloween store sometimes. Runs on a couple of batteries or an AC adapter, and so I'm going to put it in. So I think what I'm going to do is add in this power adapter that I have here to it and solder it on the terminals and put it up there. How I'm going to put it on? Well, I've had a suggestion to actually mount it on the top facing downward toward them, like so, but that means it will have to come out of the case, and that's okay because we can just take it out and mount it across that beam as we've got it there, so that actually should work out fairly well. So let's get the tools out, take that out of the case and mount it up top, and probably just use a little dab of hot glue on the top of that up there, so I think that's going to work out. In the meantime, here is my little sound engineering man that would be out front, and this is sort of a MOC in itself. Underneath or inside there we have a little circuit, and it came out of a Christmas ornament where you can record your greeting and play it back, and has a little speaker and everything, so the switch actually is to record and playback type of thing, and off. It plays back in the speaker, and it's rather unique. So you get like a couple seconds of audio there. So, you know, it does work. But as I've tried it, it's not very loud at all. And but it was just a thought that I had, and I wanted to try it. And of course, I like to try these things whenever I can find them. So it looks like a real sound booth there, and I have a set of speakers that run on battery or power adapter. It's very compact, they fold up, and it's USB power, so 5 volts will work for that, or the batteries. And you can plug in a power adapter type of thing as well. So it's very, very versatile. There's the 2 speakers, they're folded up, and they're sort of with a magnetic clip. And you can put them on the side there or in behind even, which I've done, and they work fairly well. I find now Bluetooth speakers seem to be the way to go because you don't have to worry about the cables and all that stuff. So I would use Bluetooth now. I wouldn't use these anymore. But they are pretty neat, and you can use them around the house or anything. So, but they work great for this little concert. And the first time I had it out, it worked great, so that was what counted. While I was waiting for the hot glue gun to heat up there, I'll just put them speakers away, and you know, you can use them for anything and hook anything up, and you know, it's great for Lego, like I just said. So anyway, enough about the speakers. I'm going to show you a few things here now. Okay, so let's get into some of the review of the actual set here. Right in the front here I have some power function lights, and they will light up the flames, and I have disconnected actually, but it is cut off, but you can hook it up in the back there. Since then I have disconnected the power functions lights there in the front, rewired it completely, and it runs off USB 5 volts or a voltage regulator. No sweat whatsoever. It works beautifully just the way I want it. Now, up top, I have a sign, but that's not what I'm going to have lit up, of course. So right up here in the corner, off to the right front, there it is, the 2 pink dots is a switch. And I actually took that from the Click It picture frame, and I disabled everything and took the circuit out, put it down behind the Kiss stage there, and turning it on yields this right here. I put the lights all around the sign, so by pressing the switch, it sort of gives a chasing effect, like, it's got the concert lights going on type of thing. And I got the wires just running along that beam on the side, and that still is in today's version of it. I also have the strobe light wired to that switch as well, and in the back corner here, this is where you'll see the I guess you want to call it the battery pack part of the Click It's picture frame, and that's where the circuit come off of. I have removed that in the newest version of this, which the newest version really hasn't changed a lot at all. It's just to do with the lighting. Now I put some black material in the back, like a stage curtain, just so the light won't leak through, and it looks more professional, like a real concert stage. And I just used them down and tacked them down on the bottom there. Now the Click It's thing is a little bit confusing to look at it, because the switch in the front turns it on and off and goes through a few different patterns, which is kind of unique. But the back switch actually activates sound, so it's sound activated. So if you tap or something, the lights dance and do their thing, so to like the sound activated circuits that you find in your Christmas lights, but almost like the real concert type of thing. Now, the base of the concert goes around 360 degrees because of a gear system in the bottom of it. Now, basically, I stole this base right off the Batman cave and decided to use it because I liked it for the stage. So that's where that design had come from. Anyway, I have the Kiss at the Halifax Commons on the sign on the top there. So when I built this back in 2008, I had Kiss at Paris, because in one of the displays we had the Eiffel Tower sitting next to it, and I just wanted to have it like in the right setting. I had no idea at the time that Kiss was coming, and so it was almost 6 or 7 months later when I found out. So anyway, here's with the strobe light on and all the lights flickering from the Friends Click It picture frame and my custom figures that I painted. Now these are just regular Lego pieces that I sourced off Bricklink, and I painted them, made the guitars for them, got down to as authentic as I could, and as fine as detail as I could painting them, because I wanted it to be authentic and, my work type of thing. And there was no Kiss figures out at the time. Of course, K'NEX did come out with a couple different versions of them. One is a figure pack and one with a concert truck. I do have them both, and I will do a review on them someday as well. However, maybe what I should do is compare all the figures, the K'NEX figures and my figures, but I'm going to say I'm biased because I just love my figures because I did them. And, when you make a MOC or your own creation, that is pretty much what you do. You make your own stuff, and you enjoy doing that, so that's what makes it the fun part of it. So I'm just kind of assembling things here right now, with the wires going through some of the Technique beams to solder them onto that switch, and that's how I get the power up to the switch from the power adapter connector that's in the back. Now, like I said, I've changed that slightly. I don't use a power adapter anymore. I was using the Train 9-volt regulator. However, I've gone and switched that again back to a wall wart or a power block or an adapter, whatever you want to call it, because that is now permanently on display. Now you can see here the gearbox that's underneath. This is what actually moves the stage around. So that's pretty unique and that's pretty cool. So it can look like, you know, they're moving about the stage and stuff. I've had some other ideas to do to this stage. I can't really do it because I don't have the room for it right now. But anyhow, I was going to make the Monster Tour stage, but I decided to leave it with the old traditional one from back in the 1977-78 era, because that was probably my favorite stage setup of all that Kiss did, with the two big sets of stairs coming down the sides. Now I'm going to highlight the stage with these red tiles. I'm going to put them on the steps so you can see the stage, because I just think that, well, it looks kind of cool, and you know, part of the stage was illuminated in their concerts back in that time era. And I never got to see them back in the 70s. I wish I did. They actually did play the Forum here back like in 1974. So it was in their really early years. And I would have loved to have seen that. But anyway, that would have been like a very small show back then. But anyway, I'm gluing something here. And I'm just finishing off the front of the riser that Peter's drums was on. And you know, I refer to that as Peter because Peter Criss was the drummer back then, and these were the characters that I created with the original Kiss with Peter and Ace, and that's what I grew up to, so that's what I put in here. Although I've seen the new Kiss several times, and I enjoy them as well. So anyway, all my figures here in the front. Now I hand painted the 4 figures. And it took quite a while to hand paint them because I put on several layers, and I used Toll paint to paint them. And once I got that done, I sealed them with a clear coat of fingernail polish. And there's the detail of the scales on his boots there, and the diamonds in his eyes, the rubies in his eyes on his boots, and that was jeans. And I even made a cape there for him, and his bass guitar axe. And there we go with Paul, and right down to the little rose tattoo on his arm and the star on his pants. And so, I mean, these were all made with Lego parts, and the best I could find at the time. And there's one of Ace, or Tommy wears the same suit right now. So that's pretty cool that they continued on with the old theme. I like that, more so than if they created new figures for themselves. And it's Peter or Eric now, and yeah, it was a fun one to build as well and paint. It took a while, but like I said, with time and patience, you can create your own minifigures like that by painting some up. And I think it's great that you can use your imagination and do that, because these were very fun to build, and I'd do it again. And like I said, I'm going to do a review of these because you got to see mine versus the K'NEX versions of these. Not that the K'NEX is bad, but you know, I like mine. Add a sparkler to the top of this thing, and it really looks like a concert stage at the, like, you know, end of a show type of thing when fireworks goes off and stuff like that. People worry about the sparklers burning the Lego. If it gets too hot, maybe. But little birthday sparklers, they don't seem to get that hot. I've used it over and over again on this set, and no, it doesn't seem to get too hot at all. Kiss rocks the comments and notifications to the Kiss concert. And here's my ticket for Kiss. Halifax Rocks 2009 featuring Kiss. That's it till next time, Bricksters. I'll catch you again in the next video.